Imagine waking up tomorrow and everything in your life has changed not because of luck, not because of someone else, but because you decided to take control. Today, right now, you have the power to break free from every fear, every limitation, every I can't that has been holding you back. This is the moment where your old life ends and the life you've always dreamed of begins. What you're about to hear will challenge you, push you, and transform you. Because after this, nothing, and I mean nothing, will ever be the same again. You have within you a power so immense, so unstoppable, that it can completely transform your life if you finally decide to unleash it. Most people go through life sleepwalking, accepting the limits society, circumstances, or even their own fears have placed on them. But the truth is, you were not born to be ordinary. You were not born to settle. You were born to rise, to conquer, to create a life that most people can only dream of. That power is already inside you. It's just waiting for you to claim it. And the moment you recognize it, everything changes. Think about it. Every successful person, every leader, every game changer you admire, they all tapped into that same inner reservoir of strength. They weren't born with more resources or more luck. They were born with the ability to see beyond limitations, to push past fear, and to take action where others hesitate. That same ability exists in you. Right now, in this very moment, you have everything you need to start transforming your life. The question is, will you step into it? Will you finally stop waiting for someone else to give you permission and start claiming your own greatness? The first step is awareness. You have to recognize that your power is real and it is already yours. It doesn't come from your job, your money, your relationships, or your circumstances. It comes from within. It comes from the clarity of knowing who you are, what you want, and what you are willing to fight for. When you fully embrace this, you stop letting external events dictate your emotions. You stop letting other people's opinions determine your worth. You begin to operate from a place of strength, certainty, and unstoppable confidence. Next, you must take ownership. Stop blaming, stop waiting, stop making excuses. Every challenge you've faced, every failure you've endured, every setback you've experienced it has been preparing you to awaken this power. Your pain is fuel. Your past is a guide, and your willingness to act is what will turn potential into reality. You have the ability to create massive change in your life, but only if you choose to act consistently and relentlessly toward the person you are capable of becoming. Finally, understand that this power grows the more you use it. Every time you step outside your comfort zone, every time you push through fear, every time you refuse to accept just enough, you strengthen it. Life will test you, push you, and try to convince you to go small. But if you stay committed, if you refuse to settle, and if you embrace the enormous potential within you, there is literally nothing that can stop you. Your life, your destiny, and your dreams are waiting for you to claim them. And once you awaken this inner power, everything changes. The impossible becomes possible. And the life you've always imagined is not only within reach, it's inevitable. Every single limitation you've ever faced in life started as a belief, a thought you accepted as true. It wasn't real, yet you treated it like it was. I'm not smart enough. I don't have the resources. I'll never succeed. These are not facts. They are stories. You've told yourself stories that have held you hostage, stories that have stolen your potential. And here's the truth. The moment you challenge these beliefs, the moment you refuse to accept them, you open the door to a life you've only dreamed of. But first, you must see them for what they are, illusions. Change that. You have the power to break. Most people never question their beliefs. They inherit them from parents, culture, or circumstance. They let society decide what they are capable of. They let fear and self-doubt dictate their future. But you don't have to live that way. You have the ability to rewrite the rules, to challenge the stories that have limited you, and to create a new reality where anything is possible. It starts with awareness. Become conscious of the beliefs that are holding you back. Identify the patterns, the recurring doubts, the inner voices that whisper you can't. Once you see them, you strip them of their power. Breaking through your limiting beliefs isn't just about thinking differently. It's about acting differently. Beliefs are reinforced by behavior. If you always avoid challenges, you reinforce the belief that you are not capable. But the moment you step into action, the moment you push beyond the fear and discomfort, the moment you prove to yourself that you are stronger than the story you've been telling, those limiting beliefs start to crumble. Every small victory chips away at the walls you've built around yourself. Every courageous step forward rewrites the narrative of your life. It's not easy. The mind will resist. It will try to pull you back to safety, to comfort, to what's familiar. But that resistance is proof that you are on the right path. The bigger the fear, the bigger the opportunity. The beliefs that scare you the most are exactly the ones that, once broken, will unlock your true power. You must push through them. You must embrace the discomfort, knowing that it is the doorway to freedom, to growth, to the life you've been destined to create. And here's the ultimate truth. Your life will never be greater than the beliefs you hold about yourself. If you want massive results, if you want extraordinary experiences, if you want to live a life that most people only dream about, you must break the chains of your limiting beliefs. You must refuse to settle for the story you've been told and start telling a new one, a story of strength, courage, and unstoppable potential. When you do this, when you finally shatter those invisible barriers, you will step into a new reality where you are no longer a prisoner of your past, but the architect of your future. Nothing will ever be the same again. Dreams are worthless without action. Every great achievement, every success story, every life that has been transformed started with one thing: massive, decisive action. You can have all the knowledge in the world. You can have the clearest vision of your destiny. But if you don't take action, if you hesitate, procrastinate, or wait for the perfect moment, nothing will change. The world rewards those who move, those who act, and those who refuse to be paralyzed by fear. It's time to stop talking and start doing. It's time to commit fully, to go all in, and to embrace the power of unstoppable momentum. Most people fail, not because they lack ability, but because they lack action. They wait for certainty, for the right timing, for the conditions to be perfect. But the truth is, there will never be perfect conditions. Life is messy, unpredictable, and challenging. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is that the successful ones take action anyway. They step forward even when they feel fear, even when they are uncertain, even when the outcome is unclear. Action is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. Without it, everything remains a fantasy. Massive action isn't just about doing more. It's about doing the right things relentlessly. It's about clarity of purpose and boldness of execution. You must know exactly what you want and then take unstoppable steps toward it every single day. Stop wasting time on trivial distractions. Stop letting fear and doubt dictate your schedule. Focus your energy on actions that move you closer to your goals. Take responsibility for your life. Realize that no one is coming to save you. The only person who can transform your life is you, and it starts with decisive action. Action creates momentum, and momentum is power. Every step you take, no matter how small, compounds over time. Every decision you make, every risk you take, every move forward strengthens your confidence and accelerates your growth. Momentum becomes unstoppable when you consistently act. And once it builds, it propels you past obstacles, past doubt, past fear. The life you want isn't going to arrive by accident. It will arrive because you chose it and fought for it with every ounce of your being. And here's the most important secret. Action breeds clarity. You may feel uncertain at first. You may not know exactly how everything will work out. But when you act, the path begins to reveal itself. Opportunities appear, solutions emerge, and doors open that you couldn't have imagined from standing still. Action transforms potential into reality. Action turns ideas into results. And action separates the dreamers from the achievers. If you want a life that's extraordinary, if you want results that are massive, if you want a future that is truly unstoppable, you must take massive, decisive action starting today. Stop overthinking, stop waiting, and step into the life you deserve. Every second you hesitate is a second wasted. Act boldly. Act relentlessly. Act like the life you dream of depends on it, because it does. And once you do, there's no turning back. The life you've always wanted is now within reach. And nothing will ever be the same again. Your emotions are the driving force behind every decision, every action, and every outcome in your life. Most people live at the mercy of their moods, letting frustration, fear, doubt, or anger dictate their action. But the truth is, your emotional state is not something that happens to you. It is something you can control, shape, and master. The moment you take command of your emotions, you take command of your life. Everything changes. Opportunities appear. Confidence surges. Decisions become clear. And the life you've been dreaming of stops being a distant fantasy and starts becoming your reality. Think about it. Every time you failed to act, hesitated, or missed an opportunity, it was because of your emotional state. Every time you felt stuck, overwhelmed, or unmotivated, it was because you allowed your feelings to run your life. But emotions are not fixed. They are a tool, a signal that tells you where your focus is, where energy is going, and how you are responding to the world. Once you learn to control them, you gain an extraordinary advantage. You no longer react to life. You create life. You no longer drift through circumstances. You master them. The first step to mastering your emotional state is awareness. You must recognize the emotions you are feeling without judgment, without resistance. Identify the patterns that pull you down, the triggers that steal your energy, and the stories you tell yourself that reinforce negative emotions. Awareness is power. The moment you are conscious of your emotional state, you gain the ability to change it. You can choose courage over fear, clarity over confusion, excitement over despair. You can decide that you will no longer be a passenger in your own life. Next comes the power of physiology. Your body and mind are connected. The way you move, breathe, and hold yourself affects your emotions more than you realize. Change your posture, change your breathing, change your focus, and your state changes instantly. Jump, move, raise your energy, and watch as fear transforms into confidence, doubt transforms into clarity, and frustration transforms into unstoppable momentum. Mastering your state is about conditioning yourself to respond to life with power, not passivity. Finally, understand that emotional mastery is a practice, not a one-time achievement. Every day, life will test you. Challenges will arise. People will frustrate you. Circumstances will try to pull you off course. But the more you practice controlling your state, the more resilient, focused, and empowered you become. You begin to see that nothing outside of you has the power to destroy your joy, your confidence, or your momentum. Your emotional state becomes your superpower. When you master your emotions, you no longer chase happiness, you create it. You no longer react, you act with clarity and purpose. You no longer wait for the world to change, you change your world. This is the foundation of true success, fulfillment, and unstoppable power. Your life will never be the same the moment you decide to control your emotions, because mastery of your state is mastery of your destiny. The moment you stop growing, you start dying. Life is relentless, and the world doesn't wait for anyone. If you want to live a life of power, purpose, and extraordinary results, you must commit to constant growth mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Growth is not an option, it is the fuel that drives success. Every challenge you face, every skill you learn, every experience you embrace is an opportunity to expand who you are. The more you grow, the more unstoppable you become. The more you expand, the more you unlock the life you were born to live. Most people fear growth because it requires discomfort. Growth demands change, and change is uncomfortable. It pushes you beyond your comfort zone, challenges your assumptions, and forces you to confront who you are versus who you could become. But here's the truth, discomfort is the gateway to greatness. Every time you stretch yourself, every time you take on something that scares you, every time you refuse to settle for mediocrity, you are rewiring your potential. You are becoming stronger, wiser, and more capable of achieving extraordinary results. Growth is not something you wait for, it is something you actively pursue every single day. Commitment to growth begins with mindset. You must adopt the belief that no matter where you are, no matter what you've accomplished, there's always room to become more. You must refuse to settle for good enough and refuse to let pass successes lull you into complacency. Growth requires curiosity, humility, and relentless determination. You must be willing to learn from everyone, everywhere, and every experience. You must be willing to fail, to be corrected, and to rise stronger each time. Growth is not linear. It is a journey of constant evolution. Action is the key to transformation. Reading, studying, and learning are important, but knowledge alone doesn't create results. You must take what you learn and apply it. You must practice, experiment, and refine until you achieve mastery. Every action that expands your skills, every effort that challenges your limitations, every decision to stretch beyond what you thought possible compounds over time, creating momentum that propels you forward. Growth is exponential. The more you commit, the faster and stronger you evolve, and the more doors open in your life. Finally, growth is contagious. When you commit to constant improvement, you inspire those around you. Your energy, your vision, and your momentum elevate others. creating an environment where success becomes inevitable. Life rewards those who push boundaries, embrace challenges, and relentlessly pursue improvement. When you commit to growth, you stop being a victim of circumstance. You stop being defined by what's happening around you. You take ownership of your destiny and create a life that others only dream of. The ultimate truth is this: your potential is limitless, but it only manifests through growth. If you want extraordinary results, unmatched fulfillment, and a life that truly changes the world, you must embrace the process, endure the discomfort, and commit to constant growth. This is how ordinary people become extraordinary. This is how dreams become reality. And the moment you fully commit to growing every single day, your life will never be the same again. Now, take a moment and realize something. Everything you need to change your life is already inside you. The power, the courage, the clarity, the drive, they've always been there. What was missing was your decision to awaken it, to break through the limits, to act relentlessly, to master your emotions, and to commit to growth every single day. Today, you stand at a crossroads. One path leads to the same life you've always known, filled with excuses, fear, and unfulfilled potential. The other path leads to a life of extraordinary achievement, unstoppable momentum, and limitless possibilities. The choice is yours. You can continue to let circumstances dictate your destiny, or you can take control and claim the life you deserve. The world doesn't hand out greatness, you create it. And greatness starts with one thing: a decision. A decision to rise, to act, and to refuse to settle for anything less than your highest potential. So I ask you right now, are you ready? Are you ready to step into the person you were born to be? Are you ready to embrace the power within? Shatter the limits, hold it. You back and create a life that is extraordinary beyond imagination. If your answer is yes, then go. Take massive action. Live intentionally. Master your state. Grow relentlessly. And know this: the moment you do, your life will never, ever be the same again.